What's something that people turn into their whole personality? Dance moms. Sports parent. My Texas high school had a British club. I'm actually a British citizen. So I tried to join. Those people were nuts. They made Doctor Who and Sherlock their whole personalities. I think that's called a taboo. The generation they're born in. I can't even tell which generation I'm part of anymore. Myers-Briggs results. I would probably do this. But INTJs are too smart for such frivolities. Why is it that whenever I hear someone mention their Myers-Briggs results, they're always an INTJ? OCD. I don't know why many people in my lives believe they have OCD and they are proud about it. There is a difference between keeping everything organized and OCD. Just misconstrued mental illness in general. The amount of people who call themselves psychotic when they mean edgy is bleh. Some fans are kinda scary. Their whole life becomes dedication to a celebrities. And it's not just their personality. They make everything around them about that person. Posters, music, merchandise, weird things bought on the internet supposedly with relation to the subject of their obsession and so on. I can't imagine being close to somebody before and after their transition into that life. It seems like it'd be scary. I see a lot of people talking about pop. But this is also really prominent in Chinese media. Fans are literally crazy, organized crazy, where they would go out and attack anyone who dared to say anything negative about their idols. Guilt tripping other fans for not buying like 3 copies of the same album because it meant they didn't love him her enough. It's really unhealthy and cult-like. Being a badass in school. Like giving teachers a day of heck just cause they're real and say what they think without father-in-lawing it. Eons ago a kid in my HS got jumped for making a very well-loved teacher cry. Both her dogs died after being accidentally poisoned. Kid brought in onions the next day and made some joke about how everyone should know they aren't dog food. That's ducked up. That's why he got jumped. Cannabis. I'm a smoker. But god do I hate the it's just a plant bro. Dab life. And only smoke 22% THC guys. Nobody cares you smoked 3 ounces last week. Nobody cares about your 2G dabs. Inhaling anything besides air into your lungs harms them. It can't fix every problem. Just shut up. Roll up and enjoy it like the rest of us. I was gonna say weed. But not for those particular reasons. I've known weed users who cannot engage in any sort of conversation without making it about weed. Wanna talk about music? Oh man. You should get high and listen to that record, you'll hear new things. Why don't I send you my playlist of songs to get baked to? Wanna have a chat about movies? See above response, but swap records for movies and bet your ass they'll also mention the Dark Side of the Moon Wizard of Oz thing. Converse about politics. Oh man. Those politicians should all get in a room together and get super high. They'd solve all the world's problems. There's no topic they can't steer towards weed, and it's fucking tiresome. Herbalife. Having to literally explain to people that it's an MLM is so frustrating. They prey on small towns. Create nutrition shops that sell 9 shakes when it's literally just Herbalife and is helping the owner barely break even. Happened in my small town. Then out of nowhere 3 other branches popped up in the revolving small towns, which basically means the owner con 3 more into joining so that they can get their profit. There's a documentary out there called like One in a Mother-in-Law or something that breaks down the pyramid and how little people at the bottom are actually making. They also show that the shakes are nothing more than liquid laxative. So of course you're losing weight. Also, keto. Had a co-worker get into Herbalife. She would take really crappy before pictures of herself slumped over with unwashed and unbrushed hair, ill-fitting clothes and shitty ass lighting with a plain wall background. Her after pics would have freshly styled clean hair, full makeup, push-up bra and skin-tight clothes, bright lighting with pretty backgrounds. You could tell by her particular dye job the photos were basically taken back to back. I called her out on that crap so quick. Brands. People think choosing a brand of clothing speaks louder about them. It says to the world, my identity is so wrapped up in what I buy that I paid the company to advertise its products. Calvin Hobbes by brother-in-law Watterson. Their music taste. I'm very much guilty of this. You like Led Zeppelin? Name every song, album, live version and also their bootlegs. Jimmy Page easy gets it wrong. Some fans on LZ forum cracking knuckles chronological, alphabetical, or by length. Stocks trading investments. This isn't Boiler Room or Wolf of Wall Street. You don't need to convince me to get into trading as we talk over a food service counter. I started trading on Robinhood here and there a few years ago just for fun. Eventually a few friends started to as well, and for a few months I started to understand what it was like to be into sports. Like we had our favorites, and could brag on wins over drinks. It was pretty fun. But then they started to get really involved, and I'm still more casual. Now these conversations are starting to get tedious. Disney. I have never seen as much salt produced so quickly as when Disney suspended things for annual pass holders during COVID. I have a few friends who go to Disney obsessively, and they were ducking pissed they couldn't go to Disney and that Disney dare make changes to the program in the midst of a pandemic. Whereas the couple of cast members I know were damn near bordering on suicide because of Disney playing layoff roulette with them. Drinking. This is especially true when you Google gift ideas for men. It's turned into a whole hobby. I got what is probably my 12th set of whiskey stones for Christmas last year. It's someone's nice way of saying I don't know what to get you, but I think you're an alcoholic. Merry Christmas. The Office. Stares into the invisible camera. Horses. I found out about horse girls not that long ago and WTF. Horse girls are the natural complement to car guys. LOL, my brother is a total car guy that married a horse girl, and neither can shut up about their Mustang. Their vehicle. I've noticed this particularly with Jeep Wrangler owners. It's classic car season right now in Metro Detroit. A lot of sweet cars cruising around. It never fails every year that Jeep owners descend on the cruises. They park, open hoods, rip around revving engines. It's a stock Jeep off the lot, my guy. You're not turning heads. Watching anime. I studied Japanese for 3 years in college and it's hilarious how the deeper into the classes you go, the less people talk about anime. Like everyone watches it, but it's an unspoken rule to never discuss it. I can confirm this is exactly the case. First semester was father-in-lawed with weebs that would come in and put minimal effort into learning the language. Probably expecting to know everything already. All gone by the end of the first year. Disliking something mainstream popular common. What about disliking everything mainstream popular common? I have a friend who does this, and it's really ducking exhausting. Some things are really popular because they are just that good. If they can't appreciate anything mainstream, it just makes me think they're just as close-minded as the people they think they are making a jab at. I told my mom the exact same thing when she visited me last. She was complimenting some art on the wall I did, and I was like, thanks, I like this style. And it's really trendy right now. And she puts on the most disgusted face and says, ugh, on second thought, never mind. I kind of reamed her with the whole hating things just because they are popular is just as ignorant as liking things solely because they are popular. Pretty sure it went in one ear and out the other though. Wow, that's pretty mean reaction to something that you made yourself. I also think it shows a real lack of taste. Even though people trying to do this probably imagine that being critical of mainstream stuff makes them seem like they have more refined taste. It really doesn't. It just shows you're insecure in your taste if you change your mind based on whether something isn't widely enjoyed. MLMs. It's not a pyramid scheme. It's a triangular business model. It's a reverse funnel system. Redditors who act out their usernames. If you don't like me acting out my username, you can suck my dick. Thank you for your consent. CrossFit. It's a cult-off way of life. Being in the army. Mother-in-law-ery. Also gym. I'd also add, being a mother-in-law-ery spouse. On the topic of the mother-in-law-ery, the US Army ads on YouTube make it seem like it is all a video game to try and get people to enlist. Zodiacs. Well, it is creepy how they never caught that dude. Hey, I've had a really rough night and wanted you to know that comment did manage to make me giggle. So thank you. Also, like, it's a joke, but I agree it is creepy he was never caught. Their boyfriends' girlfriends. J. T. has my 4.18.2014, 7.02.2017, 1.22.2020, 5.27.2021. Living in New York City. Found Britta. Wine Mom. Live laugh love. No fussing. No cussing. And no back talking. My phone doesn't have silent. Cryptocurrency. I hate this so much because my best friend got into crypto and now is the only thing he talks about. Same. My brother turned my daughter's 11th birthday party into a for mother-in-law cryptomercial, going so far as to get my mother to invest $2K right before the huge dip. It's all he talked about up until the market dropped. Now he's much quieter. I'm into crypto, and my mom asked me if I would help her invest. I told her absolutely not, unless she was comfortable taking that money and throwing it into the trash right then. She did not like that idea very much and she will continue with her more practical investing. Anyone in crypto has zero business taking other people's money or convincing them to invest themselves. It is so risky and most people cannot wait 3 or more years for a bad investment to turn around. Anime protagonists. Liking The Office. Literally half the Tinder father-in-laws contain something about The Office. Both genders too. And half of dudes have I like to lift heavy things and half of women have I like adventures and tacos. Edit for women tacos, adventures, and wine. Sample of what I see a lot. Here for something real, don't waste my time. Looking for the gym to my Pam. Quickest way to my heart is tacos and mugs. Love to laugh, favorite quality in a person is kindness. Need that perfect flirt. To roast ratio must be able to handle my sarcasm, I'm fluent. Still not over season 8 of Game of Thrones. La 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 skjekux 39,292 rx narrate K2NRJ. I saw a video recently of a guy saying, if you put anything like looking for the gym to my Pam in your bio, you're not Pam. You're Kelly Kapoor, and you're looking for weed. Group of people literally outside. That one stoner guy points at tall building. I would totally smoke up there. Dude, I know you've smoked weed. But have you ever done it while you're high? So much better. Influencer. I mean actual influencers' whole jobs are their lifestyles. They get paid to make their whole personality their personal brand. Work. Some people just make it their whole life and I don't get it. Work to live. Don't live to work. My workplace is normal business hours are 8:30 - 5. But I'm constantly hearing people say shit like, when I was working on it this weekend, or talk about how they work so late. It makes me cringe. I'm surprised by how far down I had to scroll to get to this comment. For many in Silicon Valley, their job is their entire personality identity only friend group. Owning a Tesla. Teslas are so common in my area. They can't even pretend they are something special. They are just driving the exact same car in the exact same color as 6 others in the parking lot. The contents of their brain's frontal lobes. Nah, my personality is amygdala balanced. Coffee. Specific diets. Literally everything. From sex to Doctor Who and all that stands in between, which is everything. How dare you imply that Doctor Who and sex are on opposite ends of the spectrum. Fezzes are sexy. Travel. You went kayaking through the swamps of Afghaba. PFFT. Dude, those are the tourist swamps. The real swamps are in Afghaba. But you have to be invited there by the local Inganatni tribe like I was. Check out the tattoo they gave me. Sorry Shrek. I'm not into swamps. Being sickly. I've always had very poor health. And in high school and early college, as my conditions worsened, I didn't like that I couldn't live a normal life. So I kind of leaned into it. Always joked about how sickly I was, while secretly hating myself for not being able to keep up with my peers. Some maturing and some guidance from my mother has helped me to learn that, yes, poor health sucks. And yes, I can't always do the things that healthy people can. But that doesn't have to control my identity. Doing far better now. Learning what my true limits are and how to work with them. It's pretty admirable to post something personal and not going after what others do. I'm glad you've realized this about yourself and working toward having a real identity. Good for you. Political party. I scrolled way too far for this. Conspiracy theories. Vaping. It was a tradition at my middle school for girls to start vaping and be depressed when they broke up with someone. IPAs. Disliking something. Met someone the other day who hates avocados so damn much every conversation they'd have would come back to how different they were from most people cause they hated avocados. Being a current student or alumni of Texas A&M University. Harley Davidson. Bikers. Religion. I'm a Christian, but there are so many other religious people who think that it is 100% okay to impede on the personal lives of other people, and then resort to saying, "You're going to heck for thinking that way for doing this. Let people live the way they want to without you breathing down their throats. Please. I never understood how you're going to heck is supposed to scare people who don't believe in it." Good vibes only. Nurse me included laughing my butt off. Disney. I swear the people who love Disney have a warped sense of reality and how life should be. Definitely lifting. Mental health. This isn't supposed to be a diss, so don't take it that way. I work in mental health and realize that it is a major issue, but I see more and more people turn their whole life into it and blame everything in their lives on it without working on it. My therapist says it's the downside to the attitude of the younger generation. It's great that it's less stigmatized, but when you turn it into your identity there's no reason to get it treated because you just accept that it's who you are. I guess this is a subset, but people who turn being queer into their whole personality so they can pretend it excuses them for being racist, classist, etc. Excuses them from sexually harassing the opposite gender. I have gay ex-friends that felt they could touch all over me because they don't like women like that. Horses. I don't think I've ever met someone that owns horses whose entire existence wasn't solely revolved around the fact that they own horses. I've met 3. Mother-in-law-ery, Jeeps, guns. This is coming from someone in the mother-in-law-ery who loves Jeeps and guns. Some people just don't know when to quit though. Liking sloths. My 27-year-old grad school roommate would not stop talking about sloths, and it was so ducking annoying. She had sloth notebooks, socks, decorations, pillows, and was very random about it.